Hello and welcome to day 18 of Lifebook's 30-day challenge. It's so great to have you here with me today as we explore the fascinating life category that we started yesterday, your social life. This category is a ton of fun and it's such a rich part of your life, but it's also incredibly important, way more important than most people realize. And I'm not just talking about all the enjoyment and the richness that your social life can bring. I'm talking about your success or your failure as a human being. Today we're going to be exploring some profound principles that'll reveal just how high the stakes are in this category. Then we're going to do a powerful exercise that has the potential to definitely take your social life to the next level. The ultimate goal for this 30-day challenge is to really help you begin the process of creating an extraordinary life for yourself. A life that works at a high level in every important area. And in order to do that, we absolutely need high-quality friendships. The word is need. You don't need great friendships to stay alive, but you do need great friendships to have an extraordinary life. Great friendships expand your ability to learn and to grow and to enjoy life. They bring a quality and a richness to our lives that we could never achieve if we were just out there on our own. They're indispensable when it comes to meeting our needs for connection and for fun and adventure. Even career and financial success depend a great deal on our friendships. The assertion that friendships have an immense effect on your life, for better or for worse, isn't just generally collected wisdom. It's a quantifiable fact. There have been scientific studies that prove that your success in life is going to be a direct reflection of the expectations of your peer group. Now, we've done research on the research here at Lifebook, and today I'm going to share some results from one of the most important studies ever conducted. It's called the Grant Study. In 1938, Harvard University began following 268 male undergraduate students and kicked off the longest-running study on human development in history. It's called the Grant Study of Adult Development. The study's goal was to determine what factors contribute the most strongly to human flourishing, reporting on all aspects of male life, including relationships, politics, religion, coping strategies, alcohol use, and just about everything else you can think of. The astonishing range of psychological and anthropological and physical traits they tracked in this study indicates just how exhaustive and quantifiable the research data was. Now, I'm going to give you a few highlights. Some are going to show you why I chose to cite this study for the social category, and some are just really interesting facts that actually have nothing to do with the social category, but I think you're going to find this fascinating. For example, this study showed that our lives continue to evolve in our later years and often become more fulfilling than they were in our earlier years. The men in this study are in their 90s now, and many of them had their best years in their later years. However, it also showed that the people who do well in old age didn't necessarily do so well early in life or in midlife, and vice versa. Seems like it's never too late to create a great life for yourself. And it's also never too late to screw it up. This study confirms that recovery from a lousy childhood is definitely possible. Many men in this study did that. However, memories of a happy childhood are a lifelong source of strength for those who did have a great childhood. The study further showed that marriages bring much more contentment after the age of 70, which I thought was pretty cool and surprising. It confirmed that physical aging after 80 is determined less by heredity than by the habits that you formed prior to the age of 50. The guy who ran this study said, "The credit for growing old with grace and vitality, it seems, goes more to ourselves than to our stellar genetic makeup." Well, that's a good news for me because I don't necessarily have the best genetics in my family. One of the more significant findings in this study was that alcoholism, as they put it, is a force of great destructive power. In fact, alcoholism was the single strongest cause of divorce between the Grant Study men and their wives. Alcoholism was also found to be strongly coupled with neurosis and depression, which most often follows alcohol abuse rather than preceding it. It comes from years and years of alcoholic abuse. Together with cigarette smoking, alcoholism proved to be the number one greatest cause of death for the men in this study. And you got to remember that this was the Dean Martin generation, when they were having 3 martini lunches, 2 packs of cigarettes a day, like the show Mad Men. That lifestyle may no longer be the norm in our society, but still, I think these findings are very, very relevant to today. Now, with regards to income, there was no noticeable difference in income earned by men with IQs in the 110 to 115 range versus men with IQs above 150. So, big intelligence difference, but no difference in their earning power. However, and this is one of the reasons I'm citing this study in the social category, relationships had a ton to do with earning power. By far, the biggest discovery of the Grant study, the one that's referred to most often, and the reason that I'm citing it here, is the powerful correlation between the warmth of your friendships and your health, your happiness, your financial success, even the length of your life. Listen to this statistic. It was an outlier statistic in the early study. The men who scored the highest on the measurement of warm personal relationships earned an average of $141,000 a year more during their peak salary years than the men who scored the lowest in warm personal relationships. That is amazing. And what makes that statistic so fascinating to me is, that tension that a lot of us think exists for people between their career and their relationships? Like, it almost feels like you've got to sacrifice one to the other. You can't have an optimal career and a great relationship at the same time. Or you can't spend all the time you should with the people that you love and be a brilliant career person at the same time. It's kind of a cliche that people talk about, At the end of our lives, none of us are going to say, wow, I wish I would have worked more. I wish I would have, gotten more done. It's always, I wish I would have taken more time with the people that I love. There always seems to be a tension there. But because of the Grant study, we can see a massive connection between the relationship categories, your love relationship, your parenting, your social life, all the great relationships in your life, and career and financial success. Because this study proves that warm personal relationships can actually increase your career and financial success. Now, this really makes perfect sense if you think about it, because won't you do much better in your career if you've got great friends who encourage and inspire you, who give you advice, who care about your growth and contribute to your success, instead of being surrounded by, kind of low-quality people who pull you down all the time? If you've got a happy, healthy family life instead of a stressful one, don't you think that you're going to do a little bit better in your career? If you've got a nurturing, supportive love relationship instead of a love relationship that drains you all the time, don't you think you're going to just have a little bit more success everywhere in your life? The number one most important finding from the Grant study is, and I quote, "The 75 years and $20 million expended on this study points to a straightforward 5-word conclusion. Happiness is love, full stop." Pretty profound conclusion for the longest running scientific study of human development in history. Simply put, if we want to have a happy, fulfilling life, our relationships are the key. And that obviously includes a massive focus on our social life. Now, most people understand that friendships are important, and they understand that friendships take energy, just like anything else we care about in life. Friendships take energy to create and to maintain, and the Grant study proves why it's so important to invest wisely in this category of your life. So, your social life exercise for today is to choose one of our social strategies that we're going to share with you, or create one of your own and execute it during the remainder of this 30-day challenge. Here are a few great strategies that you might consider. Strategy number 1, get clear on your social values. which is foundational to all your other social goals. Simply write a list of the things that are non-negotiable to you in your friendships, the things that you can't live without, like positivity, and the things that you're not willing to live with, like negativity. This is a great thing to do. Great strategy. Strategy number 2, and this is kind of hardcore, get rid of the anchors in your life. Ask yourself, do the people who are surrounding you right now encourage your hopes and dreams? Do they push your life forward? If not, you might want to make a goal to spend less time with them. Hardcore strategy, but Missy and I have done this a number of times over the years, and it works miracles. You just sort of get out the contact list and delete, delete, delete. You don't have to read the riot act. You don't have to make it a big deal. You can just sort of move away, and your life gets better as a result. Strategy number 3, increase the quality of your social network. Go out there and seek out inspiring, passionate people to surround yourself with. People who will hold you to a higher standard, who are going to bring some positivity into your life, who are going to motivate and inspire you. That's just hugely valuable. Strategy number 4, create a stable of world-class mentors. Start spending some time around the people that you really admire because of the success that they've created in one or more areas of their life. I had Nathaniel Brandon as my mentor for almost 20 years, and my life would not be the same if it wasn't for the immense value that he brought to me. Killer strategy, one I highly recommend. Social strategy number 5, create a virtual social network, which is using technology to cross the barriers of time and space and surround yourself with the wisdom and guidance of just about anyone you choose. That's a great way to do it in the 21st century. So those are a few highly effective strategies that'll take your social life to the next level, or you could make up your own. What we want you to do is choose a powerful social strategy and implement it into your life over the remainder of this challenge. This isn't just going to improve your social life, it's going to propel your entire life forward, and you're going to see your whole life is going to get better as a result. Now, tomorrow you are in for a real treat because we're going to explore one of the most fascinating categories of all, your financial life, money. Now, ultimately, everything we're doing in this 30-day challenge is designed for one thing, to improve your overall quality of life, and money can be one of the most important factors in creating a great quality of life for yourself. I'm not going to give too much away right now, but I will tell you this. We hear regularly that the financial category is one of the most profound explorations of them all. The work you're going to do tomorrow is going to be a game changer for you. So until then, have fun with your social life exercise, and we'll see you tomorrow when we'll explore your financial life.